It's horrible. Hello, anybody who's out there. Now, anything you hear, if you just tuned in, will have about a 45-second lag. So if you're chatting live in channel, you're not going to hear you're not going to hear my response for about 45 seconds. Okay. Right, it should be on. Photoshop. Oh, it's working. Shit. It's working great. So delete selected. Delete selected. Okay, so this is the last piece of wood that I've recently created. Okay, so if I go to my 3DO, this is Quixel Suite that I'm running at the minute. If I go to 3DO, I'm going to drink, and just press that, you'll see a preview of the model. Hopefully, it's been crashing a lot. Right, so this is the old preview. This is what the wood texture looks like. Okay, making this kind of wood texture is absurdly easy, incidentally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, add a material, and I'm just going to make a basic first layer. So in this case, I'm going to go wood, bare wood, just create. Okay, so here we go. This is our basic bare wood with the number 790 written on it for some obscure reason. And I can up or down the texture intensity. Won't make very much difference at the minute because we've not got them sat on top of each other. But you get the general idea. On top of this, I could then stick perhaps another material if I wanted to. So if I find some paint, there should be some knocking around. Hang on. Asphalt, wood, rubber. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't really want concrete. Well, some concrete could be nice. Actually, let's have a look. I want to see what it looks like with concrete on. I haven't tried it with concrete yet, even though I'm not doing wood now, I'm doing concrete. So if I go over here, it won't be very well tiled with the nice. Swear to God. It's bloody hell. Hang on a sec. I'm going to restart Quixel. Go away. Go away. And you. Right, so Quixel Suite. I'm very fortunate. I have a full license Quixel, and I got this. When did I get it? A while back, because I bought NDO, and then Teddy at Quixel was kind enough to give me a free license for DDO, and I've loved Quixel ever since. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the button for DDO, and that brings up this. Now, the very basics you need in order to begin are a mesh. So for that, I'm going to go to my assets, wood pylons, and wood squared 03 object file. Now it's important that you have a triangulated mesh. I'm not going to use a squared mesh on this. And then for my albedo base map, if I click on that, I'm just going to grab any basic texture. It doesn't really matter at this point because I'm not really that bothered, and just create a base. And this will then do all this funky stuff. And there. It's done, successfully created the project. So now we have this, which is our basic project. I'm just going to move this over here so it's out of the way. Right. Now, if I throw up this, which is our 3DO, this will show us our model. I think they use the Marmoset engine, they used to. I don't know if they still do. Such a beautiful thing. And you've got your basic zoom in and zoom out. At the minute you can see it's got its edges all showing and stuff. Don't worry about that. Right, now, remember what I did before, so I'll do that now. I'm just going to create a simple material. And I've already created the basic wood for this one, so what I'm going to do is just fire this up, which can take a moment or two. It's incredibly intensive on your system. Right, so concrete, for example. I could then have a nice rough concrete, for example. Give it a few moments just to do it, and there we go, you can see. And the good thing about this is, because it's got my mesh in, you can kind of preview it in real time, which is really nice. Okay, that's not too bad, not too bad. Now, what I'm going to do here is I can then add some smart materials to this. So say I wanted concrete, but I wanted concrete that looked like it had been painted. I'll add my smart material to that. Just give it a minute to load it up again. And I should probably load up my little window that tells me what I'm doing on my Google Hangout, just in case anyone asks anything in the chat, which is unlikely, but they might. The channel I broadcast this on isn't like the one I normally broadcast on, so I don't have like tons of people who might watch. Okay, and then down here I'm going to go to my, let's see, stylized wood, concrete. Where's concrete? Here we are. Composites of concrete. So if I just go in here, hopefully, and you can see we've got painted concrete, so I'll just click create, and now wait a moment or two. And what it'll do is it'll layer the paint on top of the concrete that I selected here, and then it'll compute all the other maps as well. So as you can see, we've got this kind of part painted concrete here. Now, what I'll do straight off is I'll open my exporter. Okay, and just want to make sure it's in the right one, and it is. So I'm going to call this one plank 2, and I'll export all the maps as TGAs, calibrated towards Unreal Engine 4. You'll notice there's all sorts of different super things I can make it for. So click export, let it take a couple of seconds, and the job's done. So now I can dirty it up again, so I'm going to have more variations, and this way we're not going to get as much repetitiveness going on. So I'll add another smart material. And let me see, I'm going to go for, I've already got concrete, so let's go for some dirt. And I'm going to have, let me see, I don't really want soot. Gunk's quite nice. I might have some gunk, there we go. See how that looks. You notice I'm not even dicking around with any of the settings in this, I'm just like, yeah, let's have some gunk. Now look at that, it's horrible. That'll do, like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to call this one plank 3, and I can just export that straight off, like so. Okay. You know, I very rarely actually like do anything with these. Okay, now, if I want to get rid of something like the painted concrete, I can just click that. Okay, and you can see now that we've got a slightly different looking material here, and I can just take that straight away and call it plank 4 and export. And I'm getting quite a good range of things now that I can do. There we go. Okay, so that's basically all I need to do now in Quixel. So I'll just close this down. I don't want to bother saving the project. It's nothing complex. The actual file itself, I'll show you in a couple of modes. Let's just get this up. New update. What is it? It's Monday. There shouldn't be an update. Great, gonna have to wait for the update. So what are we doing that? What other fun things can we do? 63 megs. Yeesh. I'm glad I've got a fast internet. They're going to tell me there's a new release that I can test, but I'm not going to at the minute. sometimes this is as exciting as it gets. Oh. See if anyone's left a message in the thing. We won't have done, but it's worth looking. No, one viewer. It's very unlikely. And now it's slowed down. I know it's installing. Cleaning up. Come on. I'm going to make me some stuff. Incidentally, yes, I do have multiple monitor support on this, which is why you probably can't see what I'm doing. I'll just drag this off just in case it asks me to log in. Some more people trying to guess my usernames and passwords. Okay, library. No, we're still in preview 8. Must just be some new stuff in the marketplace. Let's have a look. No, it's still muzzle flashes. I don't know what that was about. Okay, so outside of V2, that's what I'm working on. This will take a few minutes to load up because there's a lot of stuff in the outsider. Right, two windows open. It's the message log. Okay, this will be like quite dark, don't worry about it. The reason I'm doing this, you see, is because I've got all these boring looking kind of generic posts that I've been using here, and I don't really want them. I want to be able to use some other stuff. I'm going to put in this floor and walls and a load of other bits that I needed that I really want to have some new wood in here. Now I'm going to go to File, Open Level, and I've only got Sandbox. Okay, so I'll do a default here, don't save. I don't really need to. Okay, and obviously you'll know what this is if you use Unreal Engine, but this is a basic level that comes with some bits and bobs. However, I have obviously got access to all my main things from the engine, so just pop that there, for example. You can see trees and stuff. Now, what I need to do is I need to work on some wood, obviously. So I'm going to go to my props, right click, new folder, and wood struts, always use underscore. And then in here, I'm going to have some importing going down. So I need new folder, materials, take that off, new folder, textures, and I'll just dump the actual wood struts themselves in here. So import, and just need to go to my game dev folder where I keep everything that I create. Go to my wood pylons, and I'm going to import wood squared 1, 2, 3. They've got the same mapping coordinates as the others, so that doesn't matter. Auto-generated collision, yeah. Import materials and textures, yeah, why not? Import all. Well, yeah, cool. Okay. Materials and textures aren't going to do anything anyway, aren't they? Because I haven't applied materials and textures to them. See, hence this default one. So now we have that, and that. Okay, these are my 3 basic pieces of wood. Okay, this is as exciting as it gets, guys. So you can see they're kind of irregular shapes, which is what I was after. That one's got a crack in it. That one's got a crack in it, and this one's probably got a crack in it somewhere. No, it hasn't. Okay, but that's 3 bits of wood that I built earlier. Now, what I'm going to do is I need to make some copies of this. So wood squared 01, duplicate, wood squared 01, B. So I've got 2 variations of that, and then I'm going to duplicate it again. Wood squared 01C. Okay, so that's 3 for the time being. Now in textures, I'm going to import, and I want to go to my wood support 1 textures, and I've got loads here. So here we go. Just open them all up. Remember, you got a question, it might be best if you ask it in this channel. Okay, so now I'm going to control save. Oh, yeah, just call this temp 1, and that'll save all these as well. Good thing is that you see the level itself is temporary. However, all these assets carry back to the main one that I've been working on, which is what I wanted. I was just saying it's on 4.6.1. Yeah, there's not a world of difference. I wouldn't worry too much. Right. It'll take a while to save all this because there's a lot of them. These are quite big maps, obviously. So let's just go back to my wood structs again. I've got wood squared, Y, A, B, and C. And in textures, I've got 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 of them, so I need another one. I'll get rid of this and this. And I'm going to duplicate. Because sometimes your job will involve making a load of wood, I'm afraid. There we go. So that should be that one. So I'll just delete it again. Wood squared 1. And then I've got B, C, and D. Okay, and I'll scale them up a little bit so that we can see them a bit better. Okay, there we go. So there's our things. And if I just press play, you can see this is our exciting level. Ooh, look at that! Wow, good. Okay. So next thing I need to do then is build the materials for this. So ignore default. That's going to go bye in a few moments. I need to go up here to materials, right click, and I'm going to make a new material for the first one, which is going to be struct 01A. It's the simplest way of doing it as far as I'm concerned, because I'll then know what it is. And if I just double click on that, making maps in Unreal Engine is quite simple for the simple stuff, as long as you've got good textures, and Quixel is usually pretty good at that. So albedo, ambient, metallic, normal, and roughness. Let's put these all together. So this should be the ambient occlusion. Sorry, yeah, albedo. And the albedo is basically the base color. So take this up here and just wire it straight in. Now we've got this. Now what I'm going to do is take my texture sample here, which is my normal, quite obviously, and plummet it into there. So now we start to get like the wood grain going in. This is probably specular. No, it's ambient occlusion. So I'll plug that to there. Okay, now this one is metallic, which is great. I can just plug the metallic straight into here, which means this is our specular. Goes into there. And now if I do that, you'll see our wood is nice and smooth and done. Okay, and if I just let me see, close that down, go back to our materials here, go to our strut 1 and just drag it across. Okay, and if I click play now, you can see okay, we've got our kind of dull dark wood. going on here. Okay, now I'm going to do the other three. So again, do our materials and new material, and this is Strato 2B, Strato 1B. And just open that out. So, and what I'm going to do is just pull across my textures. So that's going to be one, all the way at the end of one, where it says roughness, just drag it. There we go. So, the albedo goes with the base color, specular, not specular, I better check actually. No, it's ambient. That means this one's specular. This one's normal. And this little fella here is metallic. But I can also channel it into roughness if I feel that way inclined, which will give it a slightly more kind of shiny look on there. It's best if you're doing that just to do a kind of a multiply on it. So what I should do is I'm going to tidy this one up a little bit. So if I put the basic materials over here, so these are ones that I don't need to change. I can then take the metallic, put it here, the specular here, and then what I can do is press 1. I'll bring up this single expression, and then I can press M and click. I can feed the two together. And then I can feed that into the roughness, like so. And then what I can do is, if I change the expression, that'll multiply it by the other one, obviously, and then we'll get changes in how this looks. More gloss or less gloss or whatever. It's quite nice, a bit shiny, until you make it a wet look. Okay, and then close strap B, go back to our material again, and apply strap B to this. We can just click and drag it if you want as well. And you can see strut nice and shiny. Good for inside my cave where it's been accumulating moisture and starting to split. Next, new material. And this one, this is all this is going to be, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Like I said, sometimes you have to do a lot of repetitive stuff. I might put Inspector Morse on. Oh no, I've got an episode of Lewis. Which episode of Lewis should I put on? Albedo. Check them over one at a time this time. Ambient. Metallic. Normal. It doesn't really matter how I arrange these ones, you see, in this kind of lineup, simply because these aren't ones that I'm going to need to do much editing to. Yeah, let's change the highlights nicely. And again, I can probably drive this to a roughness 2, click save, and just close that down. So now I have our part painted one, with little specks of paint on it. And these are just the same one, but I've just been using different variations of the Quixel texture. Okay, and again, new folder, no, new material, and this is Strato 1D. Oh, God, inspect more sort of background. Actually, no, I can't, because if this goes on YouTube, I'll be my account blocked. Fucking YouTube. Okay, textures. Yeah, I might stop sharing this in a minute, actually, just so I can watch bloody inspect the models. Okay, so again, base color. Lovely. Ambient occlusion. Metallic. It's just black, to be honest, because it's not very metal at all. Normal. Roughness. Which I can feed into specular. And roughness. Like so. It's a nice wet looking here. Okay, and close strap D down and back to materials. And click and drag. Right, so now I'll just do a quick build. So I'll just change the lighting quality on this to preview, otherwise it'll be here for ages. Nearly done. Let's see if anyone's posted a quick question here. They probably won't done, but I want to have a look. Bugger, where is it? No, although I do have a second viewer. Hello, the other viewer. How are you? Right, so now we're going to play. Okay, so the same piece, 4 radically different looks. This one's all soot damaged. That one's got some paint on it. That one's got a big crack, but it's otherwise kind of plain and splintery looking wood. And this one's dark and horrible and dull. And of course, if you view them from different angles, we get all sorts of different variations of them, which is great. A quick tip, by the way, if you're going to be working with this sort of thing, I'll just make a quick copy over here. What I tend to do is making kind of joists and things like that. I'll pop these on top of each other. And I can rotate it if I want variants. That way these two sides won't look the same. And then if I get this one over here, go 45 degrees, and that down to its normal scale again. A very rapid way of developing assets doing it this way, you see. That means I don't have to model them. The thing I always liked about 3ds Max, you see, is that I can build things using basics and primitives and get a result really quickly. Well, you can do the same, obviously, in Unreal Engine. So I'll just show you quickly this. Sorry if I'm scooting around a bit. I get quite a lot. I'm giving away my great trade secrets, however. See, Unreal Engine doesn't give 2 royal shits if you overlap or not. So, I mean, you do have Z fighting, it's called, where the Z depth is going to try and fight with another Z depth if they overlap, like exactly overlap. But it's not really an issue. No. So it's not going to copy this again. This. And now, if I select all of these, this and press Control G, I've now got a single prefab, a bit like the old days in UDK, where you had prefabs. This is basically a prefab. I can duplicate it as many times as I want. Like this. And because of the way that the wood's made, I can now do a Shift G to deselect them again. So they'll come out each individual pile. The reason why I do that is because if I then take this piece here and change to rotation mode, I can just rotate things around, and suddenly we're losing a lot of the uniformity of this model. See? So now, when it comes time to actually throw the player into it, we're only using the one same piece over and over again. But because the wood is uneven, which was a deliberate consideration, if I do a quick build, let's get some shadows in. Actually, if I'm going to do that, I may as well stick in the damn skylight as well, because I do like the skylines. There we go. And then build it again. There we go. Play mode. You can see, I mean, yes, I haven't changed some of them, but that one that I'm aiming at and that one I'm aiming at there are different enough that we're losing a lot of the kind of sameness, and the same again in the top segments too. So something that looks like it's a lot more complex in its modelling than it actually was suddenly is taking place. And this is great because it means for us that we don't have to really model loads and loads of individual bits. For me specifically, it's like great because I'll just model some parts I need. Like these 4 struts, I've got another 8 of these waiting to go, and I'm going to be able to make all sorts of great things with them. Do tons and tons of stuff in the level that I wasn't able to do previously. Now I'll be able to. So it's a good thing. Anyway, listen, I'm going to break off doing this bit of recording now. I've been doing it for a little bit, but I'll try and do some more if I can tomorrow or whenever I have some time. And in the meantime, thanks for hanging out, all 1 or 2 of you.